All right, all right. Hey, back again, man. Hey, shalom, Israel, shalom. Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shabbat to all the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shemal Atah Shem, Yahweh Shah to all the sisters, man. This is the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana, the home of the truth. If you are not in the ISUPK, if it is not of the ISUPK, it is not of the Lord.
That's right.
And that's just that. You know, like I said, we've been here since 1969 out of 125th Harlem, New York, pushing this truth. You know, so all you brothers and sisters that's out there who know you Israel, know you from the tribe of Judah or Benjamin or Levi, whatever you know, and you know, giving you so much confidence in yourself to know, because that's a great thing to know where you come from, to know your history, to know your lineage. You know, people spending hundreds of dollars on ancestry and all them bogus sites that's giving you false hopes. People spending all types of money on that stuff to know where they come from, to know who they people are. You know, and I will give it that it does connect you because DNA is real. You know, so we're giving that part as far as knowing just like a paternity or maternity test. You know what I'm saying? To know like anybody got a cousin over here, a cousin over there, or something like that. Your dad had another child that you can find through there. That's cool. But as far as letting you know if you Israel or not, if you Hamite, those kind of things, it can be very deceiving. Completely deceiving. With all those things. But I digress. The point is, if you are calling yourself Judah, Israel, Gad, Manasseh, Issachar, you found out that you are from these tribes because of this truth. And this truth, started in the ISUPK. Okay? 1969, we've been pushing this truth, and you should be paying tithes. You should be sending your tithes in. You should go to isupk.com and pay your tithes. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the reason behind your 12 tribe chart. Right. The fact that you know who your where you come from, what your tribe is, right. What your nationality is, what your ethnicity is, all of those things. All right. So definitely go to isupk.com and pay your tithes. To the home of the truth, man. We didn't have pastors, hand over them keys. I'm talking about pastors who've been pastors for generations. They come up against the real man of the Lord, the ones who are sincere, and find out like, hey man, I've been taught wrong all these years. This Bible, I have no understanding of. I had no idea. So they've been turning over those keys, and because they are sincere, they really just want the truth. And those things happen. And those things continue to happen. Because this is the home of the truth, man. And this ain't the Christian church. If you don't believe it, if you are a skeptic or any of those things, we welcome you to come ask your questions. Bring your questions to say this ain't like the Christian church where you just gotta come in there, sing and dance and clap and shake all over the floor and leave, and pay that money too. So I know the Christian church tell y'all that the laws are done away with, right? But then they still take their 10%, which is the law. So it's very hypocritical, but that is the spirit of the Christian church, hypocrisy. Okay, that is their spirit. So bring your questions, comments, concerns, complaints, whatever it may be that you might have. Come into class or type them in online. We'll get to we can get to online. You can come into class and we'll do that as well. We want the questions. Because our whole mission is to let people know the truth, the gospel, right. That you are Israelites. You are the Lord's chosen people. The people who they say those fake Jews are over in Israel, they took your identity. And it shouldn't be that far-fetched for you to believe when they take everything from you right now today and say it's different. Right. You see Kim Kardashian and all the white people with braids on the red carpet now. They talking in high fashion now that they're doing it. You see them when they talked about your lips and your butt, talked about it was too big. They tried to mock you for having big butt and big lips, but now they paying thousands of dollars to get lips and butt injections to have what you get naturally from the Most High. Right. You see, so it shouldn't be that far-fetched that they would steal your identity. Something that's in this book right here that says that the Lord has a chosen people. Right. His special people that he put above all people. He got that right here in this book. And he said it's the Israelites. And it wouldn't be a coincidence that you are those people. It's practical, like the UPK say. ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Right. That's my favorite part about it, because I'm a very practical person. I love the practicality of the truth.
That's right. That's right.
You know, we got brothers in here who are, super scholars, who to the history and all of that stuff. I'm more into practicality. What's going to get my people off of drugs? What's going to get my people to stop killing one another and things like that? What's going to stop my women from having abortions and my brothers supporting abortions? Okay, that's what we're about. So that's what in practical knowledge. That's what the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, man. So with that, man, also share the class. Matter of fact, man, I must go ahead and share it as well, because you never know who needs this discipline, who needs this accountability in their life. For somebody who's going to hold them accountable for being a coward, or making excuses, or not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Okay, for being a bum, for not staying with the wife that they chose. We hold each other accountable to be upstanding men.
That's right.
Upstanding women, righteous man, virtuous. When we hold each other accountable to the thing that we say that we love the Most High. Oh yeah, you're gonna have to show it, because love is an action.
Right.
It's an action to say that you love someone.
Right.
You have to prove that you love. Like, that's not some emotion, some fairy tale, some feeling. It's not that. Just like hate is an action. Mm-hmm. Somebody hates you, they're going to show you through their actions and how they treat you and what they do to you. Okay, so we hold brothers accountable. We hold sisters accountable.
That's right.
And somebody might need that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody might need that that discipline in their life to help them to stop doing drugs, to help them to stop being whores and whoremongers, to help them to stop killing and stealing, okay, and selling. So share the class, man. Push it, because this is the place for them. Right. It might be, even if it's not for you, it might be for somebody you love who wants to be a soldier and not a civilian. You got somebody in your family who's ready to die for a block, right? They ready to put their life on the line for some block that they don't own the damn mailbox on.
Right. Right.
Okay. So if they want to die for something, we can give them something to die for that's worth it. Put their life on the line for, and not only give them something to die for, we will give them something even better. We're going to give them something to live for.
That's right. That's right.
Okay? Because they don't care about dying. Most people are scared to live.
Right.
They're scared to live. They're scared to live, 25 years, 30 years in prison. They're scared to live. They'd rather die. Okay? So this is what we're doing here, man. It's very important. It's critical. It's absolutely, essential.
Right.
Essential to the betterment of our people, man. Okay? And this is what we're offering the people. We're offering the people a solution. We're going to point out, we absolutely going to point out who the devil is. Okay? The oppressor, the slave master, the pink man, the biggest homosexual, the biggest murderer ever. You know what I'm saying? Whoever you know who that is. The one who allows you to be the last hired in the first fight, the one who ruled earth, that person. I'm trying not to get kicked off of YouTube and Facebook. That person is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
The son of perdition must be revealed. So we're going to reveal it. We got to show you who your enemy is so you can stop killing the person who your enemy sent.
Right.
Okay? Your energy is directed in the wrong way. And that's what we're going to get into. What we do in here, we redirect that energy. Because being angry is okay. It's okay to be angry. But it says be angry and sin not.
That's right.
Okay? A wise man, somebody grab that scripture. A wise man is angry. So you don't know this means. This is scripture. A wise man is angry. But we're going to find out why a wise person would be angry, according to the Bible, according to the Lord. Okay? This is what this is all about, man. We're trying to help our people. We're trying to heal them and show them a path to righteousness. A path, that the Christian church didn't do. That's why men are leaving the Christian church, because the Christian church made them so effeminate.
Right.
Made them so soft and weak. thinking that turn the other cheek means don't stand up for yourself. Let someone disrespect you, disrespect your woman, and that's okay. That's not in the Bible.
Right.
Christ flipped over chairs, whooped people out of the church for disrespecting the church. The Lord killed people all the time for disrespecting.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's how you get peace. Peace comes from war.
That's right.
It's got to be war. We're gonna go to battle. We're going to war. You know what I'm saying? Not right now. You know, somebody will take this and think, you know, you're gonna go outside and start slapping white people. This is not what this is about.
Right.
You know, the revenge is the Lord.
That's right.
Okay. But what you can do is fight spiritually, mentally. You know what I mean? And get your mind right, keep the laws, and fight that way, and find out how you can cripple this economy, cripple this society, how you can wake people up from being asleep, how you can, you know, how you can be the solution to the problem.
Right.
How you can be part of the solution and not part of the problem.
Right.
That's also fighting the battle. Every day is a battle in this war that we're fighting. This is a war. It's a war for your life. It's a war for your soul. And every day is the battle. Getting out of bed is a battle. Getting up and tying bending down and tie your shoe is a battle. Right. Anybody who done a squat would tell you that.
Right.
It's a battle. You know what I'm saying? Your children doing that homework, getting up, you know, doing the dishes, all of those things. You know, it's a battle. But are you going to lose the war of parenting? Because some, you know, they're trying to take your children. They're teaching you, to let your children be homosexual, let them choose what they want to be. Are you going to lose the battle to health? You know, just, being a drug addict, being an alcoholic, being a, a whore or a whoremonger. Are you going to lose that battle? All those battles to, to lose the war that you're fighting for your life, for your soul.
Right.
Okay? This is very serious, man. It's very essential. And, this is what we got to do. So let's get it, man. Hold on. One second. I did not share it. Like I want to be hypocritical myself. I want to share it too. Make sure you share the class. Make sure you share everything that we're doing, because it's very important that we push this forward. Okay, so like, okay, there we go. Let me make sure I share it. Boom, boom. Okay. So like it, bear with me, people. We're gonna get this together. I'm gonna make sure we share this because I want to share it as well. But I don't know. I don't know who needs to hear this, but I know I needed to hear it. I know it saved my life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know this helped me to stop doing drugs, stop selling drugs, stop turning my sisters into whores. You know, it absolutely helped me. It absolutely helped. Just for me knowing where I come from, who my people are. The languages that were, made me realize, like, man, why did they do us like that? Like, everybody, a lot of people went into slavery and went into captivity, but they, Ling Ling and them, they got to keep their names and their culture. They get to come and they bring them over here and they give them, help them get businesses and they embrace them. Why don't we get embraced?
Right.
It's because our calling is higher than a 7-Eleven.
That's right.
A Chinese shop. Okay, a gas station. We are the chosen. Our calling is to have the earth. The earth was made for our sakes.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, and thus says the Lord. Grab that scripture that I asked y'all for, so they know they're supposed to be angry. Who grab it?
Got it. Sir.
Go ahead, read that, Bible.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression make a wise man mad.
Surely what?
Surely oppression.
Surely what?
Surely oppression.
Surely oppression make us what?
A wise man mad.
Make a wise man mad. So it's okay to be angry if you're oppressed, and everybody know that we're oppressed.
Right.
That's what the whole opening soliloquy, if you, so to speak, you want to know that word. That's a word to put in your vocabulary. Use it. I took it and used it, but it was a cool word. So go ahead. But that whole opening soliloquy was to let you know that we are oppressed people. Our people are oppressed, man. And Oppression will, if you are wise, if you have any type of wisdom, it says what? Surely oppression what?
Surely oppression make a wise man mad.
Surely oppression will make you upset. It will make you mad, make you angry.
Right.
Okay? So it's okay to be angry and mad. But now you have to figure out, okay, what I'm going to do with this anger. What am I going to do with being? I'm so upset. I'm so mad about being oppressed, being the first hired and the first hired, last hired and the first fired. I'm so oppressed by my people, housing being disgusting, our neighborhood being filthy. I'm oppressed and I'm mad about it. What do I do? Okay, what do I do about this? How can I fix it? What do I channel this anger to? And that's why we're here to tell you. This one of the ways you can channel that anger is to be a part of the solution. To say, you know what? I'm so angry, I'm never gonna sell dope again.
Right.
I'm no longer poison in my community. No more. That's how angry you gotta be.
Right.
You gotta be angry to where you're gonna say, I'm gonna stop some of my income because this income is destruction.
Right.
This income ain't helping, it's hurting my people. My life is dependent on another man's death or another woman's death. You have to stand on their dead bodies in order to rise and eat. They got to eat poison for you to eat steak. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Is that the life you want? So you got to be that angry to say, you know what? I'm not gonna be a part. I'm not gonna perpetuate this pipeline to prison. I'm not going to be a part of that no more.
Right.
You got to be that angry. That takes some anger to lose money because you want to shine. You want to be in the club popping bottles on hoes. I get it. It's exciting to have sex with hoes until they give you AIDS or herpes or something. I get you. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing for sisters. It's okay. It's okay, to use what you got to get what you want. It's okay to be in them strip clubs, stripping and until you entice a man to follow you home and he rape you and beat you half to death.
Right.
It's fun until that happens. Okay? It's fun until your son come and say, Mama, all my friends are laughing at me at school because they got you on video naked and all his friends are seeing his mama naked.
Right.
It's fun and games until that scene. Unless you raise some bitch made little niggas who, and that's where the word bitch made came from. Because that's a disgusting bitch who would do something like that. Bitch made. That's where the phrase, you usually, that's the child you made, a bitch made son. Okay? And bitches in the Bible too, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
If anybody's offended. By these, using that word. It's in the scriptures, it's right there. And it's I'm not talking about women when I say bitch. It's a completely, I would never disrespect women by calling them bitches.
Right. That's right.
You have women and you have bitches.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And that's just what it is. So if you are offended by that, if the shoe fits, all right? But anyway, so that's that, man. But anyway, we're gonna keep it moving, and we're gonna get into some things, man. That's especially here in Minnesota. I don't know if y'all heard about this. We had a sister, man. Not she wasn't in the truth or anything, but it's a sister nonetheless. Was murdered out there in Lakeville. There was a story of I sent it to you. I don't know if you got it with a story of the sister that got murdered in Lakeville by her we would call her a husband, or her man, her child's father, while she was like I think like 8 or 9 months pregnant. That's something that happened right here at home. I wanted to touch on that. And some of the other things in the news, we got Dana White, slapping his wife, and no backlash. Did y'all hear about it?
Saw the video and heard about it.
Nothing on ESPN?
I don't know about ESPN.
Right, I'm just saying, not too much.
No, I seen about the whole Dana White thing, but not.
Where you see it at?
I mean, something like Instagram,
a little bit of Instagram, but
it was exposed out there.
If anybody is watching, did they have a story on ESPN or Fox Sports and some of them sites? Because he's part of that family. You know, the sports family. He's over a sports network. Any of them, because I know Stephen A. spoke about it.
Right.
And he defended him. So if somebody can pull up, you know, that video, like I said, I sent it, but I was having some issues. Or it was Stephen A. You know, he's a super coon. And so he was defending Dana White, just like he defended Jerry Jones for being out there in Arkansas, school integration. So he was front line. He wasn't way off in the back somewhere.
Right.
He was right in the front line, just like he was in the front line for the NFL when they was kneeling, when Colin Kaepernick was kneeling, and he was saying his team ain't gonna kneel. He was on the front line then. Today, just like he was on the front line back then, his face was right at the front of the line because he was with it. I don't care how old he was. You know what I mean? He was right at the front line with all the garbage. All right. So let's get it. So we want to get into some of those things. All right. Like I said, if you can find, you talking about the one with Lakeville. Yeah, it's a story in Lakeville. So we'll get into that. And somebody grab that scripture. Your eyes will be evil toward the woman in your bosom. It was a sister out here in Minnesota in Lakeville. She was about, I'll say 8 to 9 months pregnant. Later in life, that I think it was that third trimester, I believe.
Yeah.
Right there, that last trimester, she was there, and she was dropping, her man off to work. Her child's father, she was dropping him off to work out there at the Amazon, the factory out there at Amazon out there in Lakeville, I believe. And the brother shot the sister. They was going through things. From what the story is, from what I've heard from some of the family members, because we out here in Minnesota, so it's not super big. So you're gonna run into people who know this person, who know that person, and from the story, the sister, they were into it. I guess she was upset with him because he had another child just a little bit before that. He had another child, and but she still like I said, she was still, even in the midst of that, she pregnant. She was still dropping them off at work and things like that. But she was allegedly trying to leave the brother, right. And saying things about leaving him, that they wasn't going to be together, and she was leaving. But you got it?
Yeah, I got the video.
Okay, so we'll show a little bit of the one I'm talking about right now.
Yeah, it's like a news video.
Okay, so we'll show that the video. He got it about that. Okay, we're gonna show a little bit about that, and like I said, it's tough. Lord, the one thing that's the shining light at the end of this tunnel is that the child survived.
Right.
Okay, so she was murdered with the child in her stomach. The child survived, so the Lord wanted that child to be here. Okay, and Lord willing, man, that child comes into the truth, because that's a tough life to start. That's a tough go at it. Right. To start off your life, right. And someday figuring out that your father killed your mother while you were in the stomach, while you were in the womb. That is tough. That's a rough one. Right. And who can blame this child if it grows up to want to hurt somebody? Right. If it doesn't have the, who knows what is going to come from it, because the father's obviously going to be in prison. Right. The mother is dead. Who knows how the child's going to be raised up and things like that. So that's a rough go at it. We get that. Right. So all I say is, the Lord be with that child, or when that child makes his way and finds this truth, so we can raise the child. And that's that's going to be the goal.
That's right.
Because if any people out there that's thinking about murdering your babies, thinking about murdering your babies and anything, bring them babies here.
That's right.
You don't want to raise them babies. You want to murder the baby at the hospital. We will take the babies.
That's right.
We adopt babies all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I can tell you how I was shot. You know, bring them babies here to the school, give them a chance to grow. Like that baby has a chance right now. The Lord gave that baby. The Lord could have allowed that baby just to die. Just like y'all say, oh, that baby won't come up in a terrible situation. So I killed it rather than give the baby a chance.
Right.
The baby could probably come out to be great.
Right.
We know tons of stories of amazing people who came from horrible situations.
Right.
So there's a chance that it can be a shining light at the end of that baby's tunnel. You know what I'm saying? It's a chance that that baby can be, you know, vital to the title of showing who the Lord is. Okay? So bring that baby here, man. Bring that baby to the truth. Call a school near you. We all over this country. We outside of the country, you know, and we take children. You know what I'm saying? Adopted bring this. You don't have to kill your baby.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't have to, you know, like I said, give them to us. Go get your life together. We will raise you. The baby ain't got to go to the system. We have amazing schools. We have amazing things going on in this truth to where that child will be raised righteously with all the love and affection that's needed to make a outstanding man or woman. Okay? So just think about that, anybody who hears this and you might be thinking about murdering a child, if you're a sister or a brother who's assisting in murdering a child, you just as much as the murderer is hurt. Okay? You can't, you know, pull a trigger. But if you can use your voice and say, I don't want you to do this, you know, give me the, you know, that's and then if you do all of that, then the blood ain't on your hands.
Right.
Okay? As a man, because it's ultimately her decision. The doctor's going to go off of her. But as a brother, all you can say is, please don't kill my baby.
Right.
Please don't murder my child.
That's right.
Give my child a chance. You can plead with her, but if she says F you, off with his head or her head, then the blood ain't on your hands.
Right.
But if you saying, hey, yeah, you know, I'll take you to the hospital. How much is it? $50? Oh yeah, I got $50. You know what I'm saying? You know, whatever the case may be. If you are assisting in it, then you are an accessory to murder.
Right.
Just like, you know, if you kill a pregnant woman and the baby dies, that's considered a double homicide. It's a double homicide. Look it up. If you kill a pregnant woman, it's a double homicide. So the life is real.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Ain't nobody in their right mind gonna be in here cooking a cake in the oven and somebody come out and take the cake out and throw it across the room. And they say, man, why you ruin my cake? It wasn't a cake. I didn't ruin your cake. Well, it would have been a cake. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you wouldn't have just took it out and threw it in the garbage, it was on its way to being a cake. I put all the ingredients in it. You know what I'm saying? It was on its way. Okay? You had a question? Oh, okay. So anyway, man. So that's that, man. We're gonna keep it moving in that. But you got the story? So we're gonna get into that. So this is and like I said, my condolences, my heart goes out to the family, the brothers who had to lose a sister or auntie or best friend, you know, a family member, man. Our condolences goes out to y'all and y'all family, you know, and like I said, man, we are here for that child, for you and that child who's in that situation. Bring them, you know, like I said, if y'all can't deal with it before you put them in the system, bring them to the UPK. Bring him or her, whatever the child may be. Bring them here and we will help raise that child. We will raise it to be the righteous man or woman that child's supposed to be. All right? Go ahead.
It's a lot, and I'm glad you said that, because like this is why we don't, like when it says in the Bible, I'm sorry, not in the Bible, but in our prayers, every time we bless Israel, we say all of Israel for situations like this. We probably don't know you, probably never meet you day of our life, but we know what's going on in the earth. So we pray for those brothers and sisters that are all over the world that may not hear or know what we know. And that's why we do that on purpose, because things like this will happen if you do not get yourself into the ISUK under Commander Juliana.
That's right.
Hey, give him a hand. That's absolutely right. And that's what it's about, man. You know, that is the conclusion of the matter. I mean, it's vital. It's absolutely vital, man, that you know. So with that being said, man, if you listening to this, if you hear this later, subscribe, like, and share. You know what I'm saying? Share the video like. I know it's some kind of algorithm. I'm not really technical like that. I don't even know what the hell that is, but it means something. So they say you have to like and share the content. So this, and comment too. Say shalom, say something, comment on it, like it, share it. Liking it is something big. At least it would be like it. So even if you don't want to comment on it, at least like it. Okay, like it so other people, it does something in the internet world. All right, because so this information can get out, so people who need to get it can get it, man. Because some people have, didn't exhausted all their options. They didn't been in the Christian church, in the Catholic church, in the Muslim mosque. They didn't been to Buddha and them talking about Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, and she went home and her teeth got knocked right back out the door. Right. Okay, so that stuff ain't worked. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to deal with that here. Okay, we don't have emotional men like that who's gonna rearrange all the furniture in your mouth. Okay, that ain't gonna happen here. Right. And it's like I said, it's very important, man. So we're gonna get into this story because, like I said, I can only imagine what the father of the young lady, the mother, the cousins, the sisters, the uncles, nephews, nieces, whoever this sister had is going through at this time behind her. Because this just happened like 3 days ago. 2 or 3 days ago, where this sister's life was taken. Like I said, that baby's life was preserved by the Lord. Right. And just if anybody sees it, anybody know, let them know that we are here for them and that child. Okay.
That's right.
Go ahead. Check out this video.
And friends of Kyla O'Neal are holding a prayer vigil. She was pregnant with her 4th child when she was shot and killed. That baby was delivered by C-section at the hospital and is in critical condition. It happened in the parking lot of the Amazon warehouse in Lakeville on Sunday night. Court records say that she had been arguing most of the day with 32-year-old Dante McCray, the father of her unborn child. Today, Dakota County prosecutors charged McCray with 2nd-degree murder. They say if the baby doesn't survive, he will face additional charges. WCCO's Reg Chapman has more on what led up to this family tragedy.
She didn't deserve what happened to her. She had a promising future.
Katina O'Neal fights back tears as she talks about her daughter, Kyla. A single bullet to the neck took her life. She was in a car in the Amazon parking lot with the father of her unborn child when the shot was fired. Kyla was taken to Hennepin Healthcare where she died, but doctors delivered her baby boy, Messiah.
They went through it. As a couple. I mean, they all go through it, but sometimes it got a little physical, sometimes it didn't.
Court records say the day she was killed, 32-year-old Dante McCray and Kyla were arguing.
She broke it off with him, asked him to leave.
According to the criminal complaint, McCray got a ride to his mother's home with all his belongings.
Last time I seen her, she was getting in her car. That's the last time I seen her. I tried to go with her. She said, "No, Mama, I want to go alone." I thought she was going to bed and deal with what she just went through by herself.
But court records say Kyla went to McCray's mom's home to pick him up and take him to work in Lakeville. He had a gun in his bag. McCray claimed he tried to clear the weapon of any live ammunition and it went off, hitting Kyla. O'Neal told investigators a different story.
I guess this time it's just he couldn't deal with the simple fact that she was leaving him.
She says she stepped in to separate the pair that day because McCray was being aggressive with Kyla. Court records say McCray told Kyla if she had another man around his kids, he would kill her. He also told Kyla and her family members, "You all ain't bulletproof." After seeing surveillance video, McCray finally admitted to raising the gun, pointing it at Kyla and pulling the trigger. Reg Chapman, WCCO 4 News.
Yes. They still want to advertise Amazon now, no matter what. But anyway, and that's what I was talking about.
Right.
Our people are destroyed, man. Are destroyed. Our boys are being raised to be bitch made. So like a bitch made man. They soft, emotional. don't know how to accept rejection. They walking up and touching women in clubs. That's a predator. Your daughter can't go out to the club without being touched by some random man. That's what's going on. If you are you're not a man. If you are a male and you going up and touching women in the club without their permission, you are bitch made.
Right.
That's right.
Okay, that's who you are. You cannot be going up and touching people and grabbing and groping women. That's predator behavior. You are a predator.
Right.
Right.
Predatorial behavior, man. You cannot do that. But being this emotional, this is the same thing as brothers of them stories when you hear somebody stepped on somebody's Jordan and they love them Jordans. Them Jordans cost $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, whatever they cost, and you stepped on them. And granted, it might not necessarily be all about the Jordan. I understand. It's about maybe the brother stepped on your Jordan and didn't say excuse me.
Right.
Or it could be about the lack of courtesy or respect or decency. But still, if you that emotional where you gotta take a brother's life, hey brother, you know what I'm saying? Hey bro, you just stepped on my shoe. Maybe the brother could have said, oh man, I ain't even feel that I stepped on your shoe, bro. And them new, he might get that. I ain't know there was them new mics that cost $1,000. And hey, anybody got a tissue? I'm gonna wipe this brother's shoe. I had no, you know what I'm saying? Who knows what could have happened? But you show emotional. You don't even know how to approach another man that does something that offends you.
Right.
You don't know how to do it. You don't know how to go to him and say, hey brother, I don't know if you know, man, you just stepped on me, you bumped me, is everything okay? The brother could have said, oh bro, man, I didn't even, I was so focused on, my girl is, I just got a call. My girl is in the back of this club blowing somebody's rod right now. And I'm trying to get to her. I didn't even mean to step. I didn't even feel it. I'm in tunnel vision. My apologies.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Who knows? This is what it could be. But you don't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't even, you so emotional. All you did was push the brother. So he stepped, you pushed him across the room, pushed him down on the floor. Right. So when he stepped on your shoe, you shoved it hard as you can. Now he didn't stumble, knocked his feet. You know how those things can go. Or he stepped on you and you know what I'm saying, curse him out. Blank, you know what I'm saying? You know how it can go. Watch where you going. Real emotional and aggressive. And the scriptures talk about that. How you can calm a situation with not a harsh word.
Right.
Grab that scripture. A man who has control of his body is stronger than him that takes a city. That's appropriate for here too. All right, man. That is horrible. What happened to that sister, man? You know what I'm saying? The baby, like I said, the baby survived. The Lord be with that child. You know what I'm saying? Lord willing, man, be with that child. Let her survive and let her make her way into into the Lord's bosom, under His hedge, under the hedge of the Most High. In the ISUPK under Commander General. Let her make her way here. You know what I'm saying? Let her make her way here.
Yeah, right.
In this truth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Lord be with that child, man. Let her make it. And Lord be with the family too, who's suffering this loss. That mother, you know what I'm saying, and everybody who loved that sister, who knows that sister, who don't know the sister, don't know. That's trauma. That is a traumatized situation, man.
Right.
To deal with. And like I said, we don't condone, any violence,
right?
Against any man, woman, or child, anybody. Be a complete 100% agreement with defending yourself,
right?
But like I said, that was strict. Like you said, for as far as the story, the sister was taking his brother to work, even though she was leaving. But he's so emotional. He's so emotional that he couldn't handle it. And that's tough. You know what I'm saying? That's a tough situation, man. And that's why, you need men to choose for, we need men, not males. You need men to be choosing our daughters men, our daughters' husbands, and different things like that. Okay? Who got read that scripture if you could.
Proverbs chapter 6, verse 32.
16.
You said 16?
All right. So yeah, we're gonna get these scriptures, man, a few scriptures that could have, helped with this. What scripture you holding? You holding one? Come on.
So I got Deuteronomy 28. As far as what's it, Eli?
Yeah, grab that real fast.
So Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate.
That the man that is tender among you, and as a people, that's how we are in our right atmosphere, in our right climate. We love our people. We want the best. You see how tender and delicate we are with the oppressor. We let them do rap. We let them come around. We let them come to the cookout just if they know how to do a TikTok dance, or they can spit a bar, or they can show some swag. We let them make it. You know what I'm saying? You see, they don't have that same tenderness. They don't want you to do country music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You do country music, they up in arms against you for doing country music. You got to become a whole homosexual and get out of country music and go a whole nother route. If you try to do country music, they are against it. But we let them do rap. We let them, you know what I'm saying? We bring them all in. We let them do our dances. Let them do hip hop dances, and we bring them in and teach them how to do it, and we embrace them because we are delicate and tender usually, but just not for each other right now.
Right.
But for other nations, because we want to survive, or we want to do anything that we can to please massa. We're so destroyed. That's a destroyed mind. Mm-hmm. All right. Go ahead and read that.
So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother.
Read that again, louder.
So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother.
His eyes shall be evil toward his brother. Keep going.
And toward the wife of his bosom.
And toward the wife of his bosom. So not only because it's evil, because that sister has a father. So not only are you evil towards the woman, you're evil towards that father. You didn't consider her father. You didn't consider her brothers, her uncles. You didn't even consider the child that was growing in her womb. When you kill somebody, when you hurt somebody, you're not considering, man or woman, you're not considering their mother, their father, their nieces and nephews. Okay? Their sisters and brothers. You're not considering them. Your eyes is evil towards them. Thus says the Lord, man. This is scriptures we read. That's why we say this truth is the solution.
Right.
It's the same, and what's ironic is it's the same Bible that was on your grandmama's nightstand.
Right.
But the only problem is it was read by a disgusting, lying hypocrite. It was interpreted to her by somebody who was trying to rob and steal and kill from you. You didn't get the truth. You didn't know that this Bible was your history book. This is why they burned your eyes out in slavery. This right here. You couldn't read this. And how do you know you couldn't read just this book? Who knows that? How do you know that they burned your eyes out for reading this and not other books? How do you know that? Anybody?
So like speaking from a historical standpoint.
Right. How do you know? Or just it can be practical. We have practical knowledge. How do we know that they didn't burn your eyes out for reading other books, but just the books of this? And then even the one that was allowed to read the Bible, it was a bastardized version that was taken out. So, but how do you know?
I mean, I think about Nat Turner for one.
Mm-hmm.
Also too with the time frame of Harriet Tubman.
Mm-hmm.
Also too, not even that long ago, maybe maybe the 40s and 50s.
I'm asking. My question is, how do you know that they they allowed you to read. They just, this is just a book that you were not allowed to read. Go ahead.
Because they had approved certain versions and books and texts that like they gave that to you without punishment. But then when you went on your own to do your own research, you get punished for that because it wasn't given to you by them.
It wasn't okay. Right. That's right. But that's just still talking about the Bible, right? I'm just talking about everyday things. How would you read the damn shopping list going to the grocery store? How would you read the architecture, things when you building something, like things that you needed to read, letters that came, things that, because you were a slave. They had you breastfeeding their children. You ran, so you had to read certain things. Go ahead. Anybody go? You have something? Go ahead.
So based on the persecution that happens today, just like it was back then. Like for example, you are Kyrie Irving or Kanye West, you can't say that you are a Jew.
Right.
Without being persecuted.
Right.
I mean, just like everything, like today, just like back then, if you said that you was that, you would be persecuted.
Right, and I get that, and what I'm talking about now is just about the material that we was allowed to read. If you think about, like I said, just the reading material, like to show that you were allowed to read, you was just not allowed. And the brother had said earlier, like, because it was preachers, it was black preachers that preached to black people. They could read parts of the Bible. Right. That was a good point. Like, yeah, but I was trying to just take it away from the Bible. Like, go ahead.
Yeah.
Because it was whatever they taught, whether it was like the blueprints or the recipes or philosophy or whatever.
Right.
Just because that's what they gave, that's what they taught.
Right. Whatever they gave you to read. They had people who needed to read. Because if you were running, a lot of times, sometimes the slave master men could read. And that was part of the allure of some of the things that they could read. They were smart. And they could read some of the letters, some of the business proposals that came, some of the shopping list, and like you said, the recipes, the things that to build certain things, and to have, it was certain, you needed to have somebody that could read. So some slaves, because they were slaves and they were responsible for, like I said, if you're gonna have somebody responsible for feeding your child breast milk and raising your children, these are slaves, people you're beating to death. Right. So you trusted the same person that you're beating and treating like a slave to raise your child. So of course you're gonna trust them to read your mail if you can't read. Like, why would I gotta learn to read? Let the slave read it. What does it say? You know what I'm saying? And somebody's gonna come there, like if it was wrong, they knew, but somebody else could come, and if it went bad, they was gonna be punished for it. Like, all they got is one of their white fellow slave masters could say, hey, I sent the letter over here to tell you this. Oh, you read that letter. Oh, he told me the letter said this. You know what's happening. Oh, you don't want to read properly? Now you probably losing eyes. Right. You know what I'm saying? Maybe now you didn't want to read properly. Now you don't even get to see no more. Right. You know what I'm saying? It could be something like that. You get one eye. You get, maybe your tongue gets cut out. You know, so something, who knows? Because like I said, they're feeding your children to alligators, right?
That's right.
They're using your children as alligator bait. So their cruelty has no bounds. Right. There's no levels to the cruelty, that they would inflict on the blacks, so-called black, Hispanic, or Native person.
That's right.
So that's that, man. So that's what it's about. So they was able to read. Okay, who was reading before I went into that? Oh, you was reading something?
Count. We had ended on Deuteronomy 28:54. I think 55 is what goes.
Read, start from the top again, and then go into that if you could.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother.
His eyes shall be evil towards his brother. That brother that just killed that sister in Lakeville, his eyes was evil towards her father. That will be his brother. Right. His eyes was evil towards her brothers. Right. Which would be his brothers. His eyes was evil towards his brothers. Right. His father. Right. You think his father wants a son that's a murderer in prison? Right. You think, No, you think his other maybe he had other children. You think they want their father in prison?
Right.
He has an uncle, maybe.
Exactly.
You think that uncle wants him in prison to be? You think that uncle wants to be known as the uncle of this guy who murdered his mother, the mother of his child while she was pregnant? His eyes is evil towards his brothers. Go ahead.
And toward the wife of his bosom.
And towards his wife, the woman who he laid with, laid in her bosom, laid down and made a child with. You go to them people's Facebooks and Instagram, you will see them together, loving each other, hugging each other. You know what I mean? Happy with one another. But you're so emotional. You're so weak. Who got that scripture I asked for about somebody who can hold? You got that? Hold on 1 second. Hold it. You know, we're gonna show you. When you are bitch made like that, and you have no control over your emotions, you a whole, what they say, you a whole man. You know, in this case, he wasn't a whole man. I ain't gonna disrespect men like that. He was a whole male. He was a male. That's it. And he was an emotional, effeminate male that did not have control over his emotions at all. Right. And he decided with the double strength, the double everything, the double work that he had over the pregnant woman. There was this weaker vessel, as the Lord called it. That's why we're called to be the head. He was so weak and emotional. He pulled a gun because he was so insecure in his masculinity that he didn't think his masculinity was enough. You know what I mean? To prove your point to this pregnant woman. You know, to show that you are disappointed, you're not happy. You know, like it's so weak, man. And we have a society. That's why there's so many murders in Chicago, because there's so many bitch-made males out there.
That's right.
So many bitch-made females out there, because females are killing too.
That's right.
Okay. It's so much. It is so much, so much weakness in these males, so much weakness in these females that they are killing. They're killing all their children. Right. The only reason you got children out here for some of them is because the doctor said they can't have no more abortions. They can't. You can't murder another child. Right. If you murder another child, you might die. Right. Right. So here comes Jerome. You know what I'm saying? Or whoever, Enrique, or whoever, because black women ain't the only ones having abortions. That's right. But I don't care about everybody else. I care about my people because no one cares about us. Right. Right. Okay. That's that. I care about mine. All right. So, go ahead, finish reading that.
And toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
And towards what?
The remnant of his children. The
remnant of his children. Wasn't she pregnant?
The remnant of his children.
Man, good night. Did the Lord not say this? Wasn't this Bible word thousands of years ago?
Right.
Right. They said he was going to leave his children. We know he's going to prison. If that's not leaving the child, I don't know what is. The child could have been dead. Right. The remnant of his children, who he shall leave. This is thus says the Lord, man. This ain't my word, something that I just come with. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not this intelligent. The Lord gave me these words. This is not about me. I'm nothing. I'm reading from the Bible, preferably the 1611 Bible. That's what it says, right here. All right? Keep going. What scripture you at? Let them know.
That was the end of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 54.
All right, keep going.
Verse 55. So that he will not give to any of them of the flesh of his children whom he shall eat.
Come on, man. Come on, man. It's clear as day. That brother who just killed his woman while pregnant with his child, he ate him, you know, because he was emotional.
Right.
He was effeminate. He was bitch made, and he was a male, not a man.
Right.
Okay, don't disrespect men like that. I would never. So don't, you know, when you people out there talking about men, please make a distinction between men and males.
Right.
Just because you have a penis don't make you a man.
Right.
And a lot of them being grown made of penises that don't even want to be men.
Right.
They call themselves binary or something today. You know, they don't know what they are. You know, and so that's what's going on, man. That's what we fight. It's a, like I said, it's a battle. We are in a war.
Right.
And every single day is a battle.
Right.
Every day you got to get up and be intentional about the battle that we're having. Intentional about the encounters that you have in life. You got to be very intentional about how you leave out the house.
That's right.
What you say to your children.
Right.
What you don't say to your children.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got to be careful of that. Your child ain't did an assignment all week. Your child ain't did an assignment all year, but you bought them the new PlayStation 5 for Christmas. It's been since September. You had 15 home calls. You had, you know what I'm saying? They ain't did no assignments. And you still went out and bought them the new. They should be going to school with Spider-Man's on. Because you have to. You got to get, you know, you don't want them to die and get frostbite, so they got to have some semblance of shoe. But they love Jordans. At the very least, you should have bought the Jordans and said, hey, you like these? Huh? You wanted these? You go these nice Jordans. These, look at these Jordans. You like them? Well, this is for kids who get A's and B's. A's, preferably. This is for children who don't get called home every day. Right. I'm going to put these up here in this closet. Here go these nice Spider-Mans for you to wear to school. Take these Spider-Mans or Iron Man or whatever. Or these orthopedics. Get them the one. Don't even, matter of fact, I don't even want to disrespect the Spider-Mans like that. The kids love them. Give them one strap orthopedic with a strap across the top. No, Skechers, people like them too. They got skates on them and everything. Get them the least desirables. Just the shoes, the one that got the strap that the people wear in the nursing home. Like the two strap across the top that don't got shoestrings in them. Yeah. Get them. He needs shoes. Right. He don't need nothing. They get him the bed, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna be warm, he's gonna have shoes on his feet and things like that. You know, you don't want to teach that child an evil lesson against you. Right. You don't want to teach them that they get rewarded for bad behavior. Right. Okay? This is not coming from somebody who I have children. I trust me. I have children. I've made mistakes. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy about certain things. You know what I'm saying? For my children, and I studied it. Like, okay, boom, boom, boom. This one, you know, this happened. I did this. You know, I don't got to pay for college for this one. Oh, what how did that happen? You know, what relationship did me and her mama have? How did we make that happen? So, you know, you got to pay attention, man. You got to be very intentional about things. You know what I'm saying? About how you raise your children. What do you do? Because the scriptures just said the eyes of the man will be evil towards the mother, right, towards the brother, and towards the remnant of his children, right, if we're not raised right. But if we go to Deuteronomy in the same scriptures, it tells us, hey, if we keep the law, statutes, and commandments, we will be above all people. Right. We won't have to deal with these things. And then you got to ask yourself, what's the law, statutes, and commandments? What do I got to do? Oh, man, stop eating pork. Don't sell drugs. Don't kill each other. Don't treat our women like whores. Don't support, you know, it's practical things. But it's the things that this world tells you, right, is delicacies. Right. Okay? So we're fighting. It's a war. It's a war for your soul. It's a war for your spirit, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And ISUPK on the Commander General, we got the solution for you. Mm-hmm. We got the solution for you, man, for how you don't have to deal. You don't have to deal with those things, but you also have the solution to the problems that, right, you're dealing with, not only in your household, in your workplace, you know what I'm saying, with your family and friends, relationships. It's a way to deal with all of those things.
That's right.
We have all the steps because the Lord laid them out for us. But the disgusting Christian church and all that, they perverted it.